Okay. Okay, that was beautiful. So, you were listening to a local Brooklyn artist, currently on the road, traveling in the world. I'm not sure where he's at right now. But you're listening to Med Derek. Pressure. Alright, so what's up? So that's who you're listening to right now. It's called Pressure. It's available on YouTube. I don't know if it's available on Spotify, but he is on Spotify and he is on YouTube. So Med Derek, Pressure. I love tuning my intros and outros with local artists because that I personally know. Local, independent. They could be, thank you, Queen. They could be anywhere from Brooklyn, from Hawaii, all the way to Toronto, to Scarborough, all the way to New Zealand. So I mean local artists, I mean independent artists. That's what I mean. So I'm going to start saying independent artists from now on. All right. So welcome. Oh my gosh. It's Akashic. It's motherfucking Akashic Saturdays, bitch. So welcome. I'm so grateful. Let me see if my Facebook can see me here. Hi, Facebook. Oh my gosh. So exciting. Facebook is here. My Instagram is here. So, this is a cedar stick. This is available in two things. It's available in our spirit altar boxes that you get with crystals as well, and a whole bunch of different Akashic-based items. This sponge stick, I use it in beginning of sessions. Thank you. I'm glowing, and it's also my ring light. Okay, thank you. It's an internal glow and an external glow. So this smudge stick, what I do is I light it and I set the intention that I don't want no bad mind upon my fucking ting. You see, like, so I'm smudging my phone. Blessings. I'm smudging my phone, and I hope you receive the smoke on your end as well, because I do sessions on my computer and I do sessions on my phone. So I smudge my phone. It's to neutralize the energy, to welcome who I really am, and who the real person really is. So welcome to all the beings. Today we are talking about a few things for Akashic Saturdays today. So today's vibration is about pour as a vibration. What does pour mean as a frequency? And then you're gonna see me talking about the 100 Days of Honesty Incubator. That's starting tomorrow. It's my newest program. It's 100 days. So every day for 100 days, I give you one prompt. It's an intense and deep prompt, and it's about how can you welcome more honesty in your life. I'm about to fix Facebook over here. All right. And the honesty part is really about asking ourselves, what are we hiding from? What more do we need to look up about ourselves? So every day, and someone's going to be typed, so it's going to be email. It's every day one prompt. Some is going to be video prompts. Some are going to be typed email prompts. And it's $44 Canadian for the whole month. So you can do it anywhere in the world, wherever you are. So it starts tomorrow. One of the prompts is about honesty, having honest conversations. You know, when you have that itch in your throat and you really feel like you want to have that conversation, but there's some fear in the back of your throat that's like, I don't know what they're going to think of me. Or this is not a safe space for me to do this. So we're going to go into that. Why is that a thing? Why is that you're not living the honest life that you want to see? That you want to see show up? Like, are you living honestly in you? Are you having honest, healthy conversations with all your friendships, all your partnerships, business, sexual, intimate, if they're separate, if they're, all. Okay, so once I dedicated myself to being honest to who I was, my life tremendously changed because I was not wearing a cloak anymore. And now, moving forward, when I walk into rooms, the vibration is felt. The energy through this phone, through my posts, through my healing sessions are felt, very much so. So that's what the incubator is about. So you'll hear me talking about a little bit about it because every time I do Akashic sessions, I bring up something that I'm working on. So that is the 100 Days of Honesty. Thank you, all the beings that are on here. Blessings, blessings. Everything that you're hearing, that you're coming on here for, is that exact moment that you came on here for. That's exactly what your frequency needed in that moment. So at any point you feel like that was powerful, that's probably all you needed. But this video is going to be on YouTube as well. Okay, so we're going to do a mini meditation. I got the sage out, so our energy is clear. The ancestors are here holding a beautiful container. I'm going to ask you to welcome your ancestors for a moment, okay? I'm going to get you can close your eyes, you can whisper their names upon your breath, or even have your eyes closed, hand on your heart, and say their name. And when you say their name, it's gonna bring up your experience with your ancestor. So I want you to say their name. If you're saying your name, drop some hearts, because I really want us to see what it feels like to connect with the Akashic. The Akashic is a container about tapping into the blueprint of the universe. And when you tap into the blueprint, that blueprint has keepers. Okay, it's kept by your ancestors from this lifetime and from many other lifetimes. It's kept by your loved ones, like we said. And I'm sorry, there's one particular name I want to say, but I'm going to say it later. Role models that are not family. For example, Bruce Lee. Okay, I have a very deep connection with Bruce Lee. I'm also a kickboxer, so I feel like I have this really interesting connection because I just genuinely feel like we've met in another lifetime. How would I know this? Is because there's this innate intuition within me that I've activated so many times that I know certain people. I'm like, yo, I think I've connected with you before. So we're a general part of a larger soul tribe. We all have one commonality, and we've come into our life to experience each other in a certain way. Okay, so as you say your ancestors' names, picturing their essence within you and around you is such a beautiful experience. Even when you're in the subway, even when you're walking down the street, I teach clients how to do that and embody that on a day-to-day basis as well. Okay, so we're going to begin. You can have your eyes closed, or you can just hold the phone or the computer wherever you are at and start breathing in. As you inhale, take a few moments to breathe in. Don't just breathe in, just take a few moments to breathe in. So it can go 1, 2, 3, maybe that's it. And then pause, and you're going to feel the void for 1, 2, 3, and then overemphasize the exhale. 1, 3. Okay, now I'm going to do it with you. So we're going to do 3 of these, all right? 3 threes. All right. So as you breathe in, pause, exhale. Okay. I'm going to do some of my own. So you have the tempo, do it on your own. And when I'm done my third, we're going to jump on and we're going to go right into it, okay? So you breathe in, setting the intention of why you're choosing to show up in this place, why you're choosing to show up on earth first and foremost, and who are you breathing as? Yes! Okay. So pour as a vibration is something that I really want to talk about, because Conxcious Productions is about sustainable loving and sustainable living. So I help people with sessions, Akashic sessions that I do, crown activations, hot oil head massages that open up your crown, and also sustainable living. Now that also means eco-sustainability in the next decade. That's going to be part of Conxcious Productions, but for right now I'm going to talk about money, sustainable loving and living. So I had this download and it told me that pour is a frequency. Everything is a frequency. What are you as Wi-Fi? Malcolm says it so beautifully. Shout out to Stay Relevant. If you don't follow him on Instagram, he's a great homie of mine. Beautiful king. So he talks about we are the Wi-Fi, and it landed in my head so beautifully, because imagine us as Wi-Fi, emitting a signal, right? And so when you're emitting the signal of poor, your whole body incorporates that vibration. So there's a song, okay? Fabulous talks about this song, and he says, like, I'm just gonna summarize. He's like, even when I'm bummy, you know, you're not gonna, even when I'm hungry, not to act like you're bummy. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't have enough money, and to not act like you're bummy. And I'm going to translate the energy for that, of what I'm talking about specifically, because context is everything. So someone can move around in the world, be poor in their bank account, and still not feel poor. Like, you might not look at them like, oh, if you asked me how much money you had in your bank account, it wouldn't look like you had $0, because you literally live life. You love life. And this is what people see when they go to other countries and people are living not the North American lifestyle. And it's a very less focused on materials lifestyle. And their heart is so full. Their heart bank account is full, you know? So, then you see some people who are who feel mentally poor. They mentally feel poor. Blessings. Then you have these people who mentally feel poor, and you can tell their body's deteriorating with this belief that they're poor. So their knees start buckling out, because your legs are the root. Our whole legs, from our hips all the way to our feet, they're our trunk. So in different parts of our different parts of our trunk are stressed, it's because our root is being pulled. And when we don't have nourishment in our root, how do you think the rest of our body and our life can give life, right? So when you choose to embody the belief of I am poor, your body's gonna feel it. It's gonna deteriorate in that way. It's gonna have a low vibrational state. And on top of that, you're just gonna start interacting with the world in this idea that nothing else can happen because you're poor. So you're actually capping your capabilities. You're limiting your signal, your Wi-Fi. You're limiting your Wi-Fi within your body. And I felt like it was so important to talk about, because when you live within the frequency of poor, you believe you can only do a certain amount of things. You believe you can only eat a certain kind of way. You believe you only can live a certain kind of way. You believe you can only have a certain kind of money in your bank account. And those are all energetic minimums. Okay, that's not my word, but I am taking the word because it's an important word to experience for the people who are listening on this as well. So energetic minimums. As much as we say, I'm going to live in that penthouse, because you don't know, I am. As much as you say all these things, all these lofty goals, pun intended, what are those things that you can't imagine your life with? Like, some people can't imagine their life with just having rent money. Like, some people can't imagine their life with just having $5,000 in their bank account. Some people can't imagine their life with 10 my mentors. Like, I can imagine myself with like 100K bank account, and so it's just like, it's very interesting what we'd allow ourselves to reduce into. So if you feel at any point that you're jumping, you're like, oh, worst comes to worst, I will do this, and this is your lowest bottom possible that you will take as an individual and as a soul here on earth. Okay, and we can actually increase those energetic minimums, which I'm learning right now, which is amazing. So I want to give you this ability to think about how are you integrating and interacting with the world. And if you feel like there's a low frequency, poor frequency existing in the way that you speak, is there a poor frequency in the way that you think? Is there a poor frequency in the way that you move? Like, some people feel poor because they can't move in a certain way. And their body is all interrelated with our nervous system. Our nervous system is tied with our breath pattern and our physical body and our mental, right? So that is the theme of today. poor. If you have any questions about this, please drop your questions. I would love to answer them, because this is how the Akashic sessions goes. The more questions that you have and specific to your life is how the direction of this, the call or the session goes. So if you have questions, drop them below, and I'm more than happy to answer any of the questions regarding poor frequency. A download came through, because I was just going to close my eyes and ask the guys if there was anything that you needed to know. And as I was thinking that, it came out to me. So what about people that have a poor frequency, a poor vibration, and you don't want to interact with them? Okay, that's a great question. Maybe one of you had that question, so it's being asked. Okay, let's answer that. One sec. Hydrate. Oh shit, hydrate. All right. When you feel like you have to interact with someone who has a poor mentality or a poor mind vibration, it's two things. You can choose not to be in contact with them, right? Until you know that you've worked on yourself enough to know that you can talk to them and not feel poor, right? Because what you're doing at that moment is this is your aura in your world, and this is inside is you, okay? You're walking, and this is the other person, and this is their aura, and this is they're inside their aura, okay? This is how we literally walk around in the world. We walk with our physical body, and around us is a beautiful blueprint of what we emit and what we're signaling outward and inward, receiving inward. So we're here, okay? And you're having this conversation with this one person in this poor vibration, and you are here, and you're like, I don't want to talk to them, and but now you're like, oh, I think I'm strong enough to, talk to them. So you are not allowing your aura to be penetrated by their aura. You're not allowing this to even happen. This is not, no, it doesn't have to happen, okay? You are here, and you are here, and they can be here in their own world, in their own vibration, and you can be this. But if you feel like their sticky, icky vibration is going to seep and penetrate into yours and fuck up your alignment, you need to walk away and say, listen, I love you, but I can't. Like, you're amazing, but I cannot. I don't care if it's your mommy. I don't care if it's your daddy. I don't care if it's your partner. I do not care if it's your grandma. Yes. Sometimes when we come into our human selves, we allow our own bullshit to project onto other people, right? So sometimes it's going to be loved ones that you love so much that you need a break from. And I am a proponent of taking breaks from people. I don't care if it is your, whoever, fill in the blank. Like, this doesn't have to be like, oh, like this rude, what you're saying is rude. I don't believe that, because I feel like it's healthy, and I'm bringing forth a new wave of thinking onto, not just me, other people, but in Conxcious Productions, I'm bringing forth this vibration that it's okay to say, and it's healthy to acknowledge that you need some space, right? So you've separated from them, you're working on yourself, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm okay to like be in this person's presence. But you don't have to physically be in their presence. Test it out. See if you can have a phone call with them. See if you're okay with like talking to them on text. If you're irked on their text, do not be in their presence, all right? Because you haven't created enough vibration to not feel that their vibration cannot penetrate yours, right? I'm trying to see if there's anything else about poor mind vibration. If y'all have any questions, drop your questions in the comments, Facebook, Instagram, so I can answer your questions about the poor mind vibration. All right? Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Okay. When you feel poor, okay, there's this idea that you can choose into about feeling limited. And it's kind of like you're seeing red. there's so many puns in that, but I'm not gonna go there. But in that experience, your idea of limitation is self-impacted, right? So you can actually go into yourself. Yeah, girl, I got lashes. Oh, shout out to Paris Lash Studios. She hooked me up. If y'all can't see it, okay. Okay. Anyway, so feeling limited. So that was the point of my point. So if you feel limited, it's a belief that you hold within yourself. Again, feeling poor. So why do you feel limited? I'm gonna get you to write that question down on your computer, on your phone, in your notebook. Write it down. Why do you feel limited? Okay, that belief is actually going to be so deep in your subconscious self that you're going to see it's been lingering for a while in other ways, and you just didn't know it because you just didn't take the time to dive deep into yourself to see, oh, this is a subconscious belief that I hold. Oh, interesting that I believe this, but I actually don't believe it. Like, I believe it, but my true essence of my soul doesn't believe this. So why am I believing it? And in that moment, you actually have a choice to release, right? You actually have an ability. We actually have abilities to release. And if you don't, if you haven't been taught as a being how to teach yourself healthy emotions or how to release things or people that you want to let go, then it's that time to welcome new skills in your self-care toolkit. That is what we are being asked to do as a human race on earth. Okay, our spirituality, our soul purpose is being integrated now more than ever, and so people are waking up all left, right, and center, but not everyone's waking up at the same time. We can't do that, because if we all waking up at the same time in an excess amount of way, it's going to be post-apocalyptic. This has to happen in stages. My awakening happened in 2016, like awakening, where I fell into my emotions of who I was in the depths of me. Pre-2016, I was such a philosophical person in my mind, but I was so closed off in my heart. 2016, I had bridged them together, and I still keep bridging the work. I still keep doing the work. The work that I'm asking you to do, I do myself. I have to do it myself. That's how I'm able to build the communities that I want to see, and how I bring peace onto earth. So that is my rant about feeling limited, and how being limited can equal to feeling poor. Because if you feel like your hands are tied like this behind your back, like a mental suit, your heart is being covered. Your heart energy is actually being covered in this. So let me rephrase that. I'm going to put more human words to what I'm saying. So you notice when you're talking to someone, and sometimes you put your hands behind your back, all right? I want you to be familiar with when you're putting your hands behind your back and having the choice of words that you're having. Our mind is connected to our body, right? Our brain is connected to our nervous system. So our bodies will show us certain things. Just for, like, if you feel poor in your brain, if you feel poor in your frequency, your body's gonna interact. Oh, this cellular body feels poor, and then whatever you feel like poor feels like, it's gonna impact of how your body's gonna do. So I've seen some people, when they talk, they'll start. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Okay, they'll start putting their hands behind their back like this, right? Okay. Right? So when they put their hands behind their back like that, think about like when you're being arrested, right? Your hands are behind your back, right? And they're being caught, right? So certain times we're exchanging words. Certain times we're exchanging words, and in certain parts of our life we feel tied. And you'll notice your body doing the exact same thing that you truly believe in your heart. Right? So I want you to feel a little bit more awareness on how that takes place in your life. excuse me, there's different ways to access when and where you feel poor. So why am I putting so much emphasis on this? I thought it was really interesting that you see some people that are bank account poor but are living their life truly, right? And then creating a form of abundance and accomplishment and welcoming money in that way. I see people doing that, centering their heart space and then welcoming money in that way, right? So centering their abundance and then welcoming it in that way. Then I see some people who don't even have any money, but are mind, heart, and soul happy. All right. Then I see some people who are so broke in their heart space, in their mind space, and in their bank account, and it's all just they've all chosen to braid into each other. So their nervous system's breaking down. They're getting more sick. And I want you to realize that when you feel like your nervous system is breaking down because you're using it as a mechanism to cope with the anxiety of how broke and poor you feel in your heart. That's some real shit. I need some water. That was intense. Okay. I'm gonna see. Is there anything else? If you have any questions, drop them below. I'd love to help you through something or help you through a possible something. You don't have to use any names or anything. You could just drop a question or DM me the question, and we'll go from there. I do give some window time for people who want to ask certain questions. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna let you know. 100 Days of Honesty, my brand new program, is starting tomorrow. 100 days from starting from tomorrow, 100 days after that to April 15th, I think. I give you one intense prompt via email, whether it be written, whether it be video, and it's going to ask you to dive deeper into yourself. How to welcome more honesty in your life, how to live more of your honest life, how to have honest conversations, and how to have honest dialogue with yourself. So it's $44 Canadian. And it's remote, so it can be done anywhere in the world. And if you are interested, DM me, and I will get you situated onto that. And it's dope. You can't go wrong. It's $44 for a 3-month container. So I feel like it's going to be powerful. It's going to be awesome because I'm going to be doing the work with you. So there's going to be some work where there's just questions, and you're going to see how I do it as well. Because I've learned that my best way of teaching is to give you information, give you tools, plant the seeds, and then show you as a human being how I deal and integrate the information and be vulnerable with you. Like, I'm a teacher and a student at the same time, right? So when I'm there, you're gonna see like how I've broken down, how I felt like a misfit, like kind of like School of Rock vibration. Like, I'm writing the day 1 email right now, and I'm like, it's like talking about like I've always felt like a misfit, you know. That's why I resonated with that movie School of Rock, because I felt like those beings who were just like out of sync with the rest of society. At the same time finding my honesty in that, you know, honesty for myself, and knowing that I don't have to shy away from my truth, from my gifts, from the way that I move, from the way that I like to talk, from the way that I intimately relate with people. So I think that's it. It's the 30-minute mark. I think we did pretty good. Thank you so much, all of you who've jumped on. You've listened to the right information for you, who left when they needed to, because that was the vibration they needed to do. This video is going to be on YouTube, so if you haven't been on my YouTube page, definitely jump up on there. It is Conxcious Productions. You can go onto my Instagram and Facebook. You can go onto there's a link in my Facebook page as well. So click on my link tree, and you will see philosophical content, free philosophical content. All of my YouTube content is there. And other than that, I'm going to see y'all in my 100 Days of Honesty Incubator. if you feel called, if you feel like I can provide you more steps and more self-care tools to be the best version of you right now, then you need to join this container. $44 Canadian for 100 days. You can't go wrong. 4 4s, 2 2s for 2020. That's what it is. We're in a time right now where we're sharpening our skills. I literally have this like image of me like there's a big blade going on, and like I have a knife on the blade, and I'm like sharpening the blade, and like I'm getting ready for battle, you know? And it's not necessarily like it's a healthy battle. It's like I feel like I'm a part of a superhero clan, and my other superhero friends like, hey Nunu, like, are you ready? Are you doing the work that you need to do so we can handle the thing on Earth and bring more peace in society? And I'm like, yeah, let me just work. Let me just, you know, drop some jewels, enjoy my life more, take some time to breathe more. So you're gonna see an meditation Instagram post. I'm gonna drop right after this post. So watch out. And it's about exhaling out. As much as we're taking in our life, how much are we releasing out? Much love. Thank you so much for jumping on Akashic Saturdays. And I'll see ya. If you need any more information, DM me, email me to book your sessions. And other than that, peace and love. Namaste. I'm going to do some outro music. This track is by Med Derek. Pressure.
This is timeless. This is truly timeless. Blast this in your speakers or your headphones while I'm winding. Find out what your vibe is. Start a track to tribe it. Be grateful for all the moments that you have alive.
Welcome. If you're leaving, thank you.
All this pressure is just turning you to treasure. All this pressure is something that you should treasure. All this pressure is just turning you to treasure.
Thank your ancestors for the presence of their presence. Thank yourselves for tuning in. Take the smoke. You can rub it on your eyes, rub it on your third eye, rub it all down your head and your neck and all the way to the floor upon earth. Hey.
You'll be fine, yeah, you'll be fine. This
hey,
is all divinely
hey, hey,
yeah, this is all divinely
it's all divine. It's all divine. Thank you so much, King. All right, Med Derek, Pressure. I'm out. Peace.